everyone, it's James from Keeping It Anime, and today we're talking episode 93 of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS. So the conclusion to the Playmaker versus Kusanagi duel. Now overall, the ending wasn't that predictable, but you could see it coming, in a sense. Like, we all know that when a helper of the main protagonist tries to be evil, we know that they basically trying to help him. And this is what Kusanagi was trying to do throughout the entire duel. He was basically encouraging Playmaker, trying to get him to remember the promise that they made off screen, which is now shown in this episode, because Kusanagi actually predicted this to happen. Now, the duel in itself wasn't bad at all. I mean, it showed that Kusanagi has some pretty good cards. Yusaku played his new ace monster, which is Extend the Code Talker, which has a good ability. It's pretty much the same as Decode Talker in terms of getting power from co-linked monsters, but if it destroys a card that it's co-linked with, it can attack again. And Yusaku got around the whole point deduction fiasco that was happening last episode by using spell and trap cards. And Yusaku actually shows a lot of emotion through this duel, which is a bit more to say than what he normally does. He hardly ever shows emotion within the series, and you know what, it's a nice change of pace to see that. You actually see his struggle throughout this duel, and you kind of actually almost feel like him stepping up when he does because of the situation. And that's nice to see in a main character, considering Yusaku, for me, hasn't had any real progression in terms of character development when you compare him to the other protagonists. So that's pretty good. Now, the whole situation with Lightning and Bowman is still left as a mystery, because towards the end of the duel, they actually turn up and spectate. Lightning even tells Jin to stop it with the pointless chatter because he's already won, which Jin just replies with saying, you know, I've won, let me have my fun. Which I found was a pretty good line, if I'm honest, because it shows that he's still trying to help Yusaku, but at the same time he's still acting like he wants to purposely be bad. And I don't know, Kusanagi's a villain just kind of makes me laugh, because it's just so horribly done in terms of him acting. Okay, so yeah, the situation with Lightning and Bowman. Now, at the end of the episode, we see Yusaku collapsing, which it was stated throughout the episode that he's getting tired because of the mental strain this duel is having on him. And although I can somewhat agree with that, collapsing is a bit dramatic. But I digress. Now, they're both there seeing him collapse, and they could easily take his data. However, if we jump to the preview, in the preview we see Soulburner fighting Bowman. Now, we don't know how this happens, we just know that it does. However, during this episode we do hear notes of Hanoi being Vira, Gnome, and oh, I've forgotten the other guy. What's his name? Faust. Saying that they've finished a program and they can contact Revolver. So whether or not that program has any effect, meaning like the barriers go down, we don't know. But that would be, if I was to speculate, my answer as to how Soulburner can get to Bowman. But then that leaves Lightning. I can't see Lightning, being the type of villain that he is, just leaving Yusaku on the floor without kind of taking eye or, you know, trying to absorb his data. Now, in regards to the Bowman versus Soulburner duel, it's quite obvious that Bowman is going to win. Like, I know a lot of people like Soulburner. I particularly don't. I just think, I don't know, his character's not exactly bland, but his character is just, it's just meh for me. I don't really enjoy it, and I don't really dislike it. But nevertheless, I don't see Soulburner winning this duel. We see his classic getting angry and enraging at the end of this episode, which is obviously why the duel happens. It's just a case of not knowing how it happens. And, you know, that bit of mystery isn't too bad. But I would like clarification next week on how it happens, and I'm pretty sure we're going to. I can't see him just jumping her. Like, I don't know, maybe Lightning says to Bowman that he needs time to extract Eye. So Bowman's like, okay, fine, I'll just go and duel some people. But this does leave the question as to what Playmaker is going to be doing for the rest of the season. If he's knocked out or unconscious, then he's not going to be much help to anybody. And since Revolver hasn't duelled yet, I can see Revolver duelling either, well, he's going to have to duel either Bowman or Lightning, but I would like to see him duel Lightning more than Bowman, simply because you have the two opposite ends of the spectrum. You have Revolver that wants to destroy all Ignises, and you have Lightning wanting to destroy all humans / enslave them. So, the future episodes, for me, are looking quite promising. I don't really know what happens in terms of sort of spoilers, but judging from the information that I do know, and what we've been shown, I'm very much looking forward to it. So that's going to wrap it up for this review. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, smash that like button, or consider subscribing so you never miss a video from me. And until next time guys, keep it anime.